Hello and welcome back to the show. Today we're talking with Bob Duchin, owner and operator of Robert J. Duchin and Associates Limited. And we've been discussing Bob's new book, Sleep Well at Night. For those folks that don't know, I just love the fact that you've been doing this for what, 20 years?
47 years.
47 years.
Long time.
What have you seen that's stuck, and what have you seen that's maybe fly by night, or what have you seen over the last?
I've seen so many products, Dennis, that have different insurance companies come up. I'm considered a broker, which means I can write with almost every. I'm not affiliated with one insurance company, which means when I sit with someone and talk to them, if they need life insurance, they need disability coverage, I have a variety of companies that will fit their situation. Things have changed.
You don't have a store brand?
No, I don't. Good example would be back in 1983 in Pittsburgh, I bought one of the first car phones ever made in the Pittsburgh area. If you remember those car phones, they were this big, and it cost $1,800 when I bought it. And the funny thing is, every minute from the first minute was 45 cents a minute. That's how things have changed. The technology, now you pay X amount of dollars a month, you could talk forever.
Yep.
Things have changed. That's the same thing with the insurance industry. That's why I am constantly on the internet. I'm constantly talking to my brokerage firm, to finding out different products for different situations to make sure, because I don't stick with one product. There are some products I like very much, and if it fits that client's situation, either I own it, or if I don't own it, there's a reason. Maybe I didn't qualify. Maybe this fellow's a little bit older and he may not qualify. I write what I believe in, totally.
Tell me a little bit about working with you. So I'm a young doctor, and or I guess a middle-aged doctor now, but I'm a doctor, or maybe I'm not a doctor, but I want to work with Bob Duchin. So tell me about the process. Where do we start?
Most of the time, new clients are referrals. And I do that whenever I meet somebody. I will always ask, I do this many, many times, of who they would recommend if they came into my business, who would be the first 3 people you would see. And I would get some names and I'd send referral letters out. People would call me. They said, you've done work for Dr. Dennis and I'd like to sit down and talk to you. When I meet somebody for the very first time, I have a special fact finder in which I ask questions. The first 10, 15 minutes, I tell them about Bob Duchin, what I believe in. When I get the answers to the fact finder, I'm thinking. If he says, well, Bob, I have $150,000 sitting in a CD, I'm earning 1.25%, I don't like it, and I don't come up with a product right away. I'm marking in my notes what I think I should be doing for this person. And they'll say, well, Bob, I also own disability with this company. And I always say, can I see the contract? And most of the time they have it. The life insurance, they say, well, I think I have. Well, that's not what I need to know. And they'll get me the contract. If not, I'll see them on another appointment. When you go see a doctor, they don't just operate. They're going to ask questions. They're going to want to find out about you. And then that's what I do. I'm like a doctor in a financial service type of sport coat. I
think it's fascinating, the parallel between the process that a person would go when you go see your physician and you've got something that you need help with. They're going to walk through and get to know you and understand who you are and your lifestyle, and you're doing the same thing.
Exactly. I need trust from the client. I need the trust, because I'm not going to sit there and say, you have $150,000 in the CD earning 1.1%. Let me show you what I can do for it. Let's buy. No, I don't do that. I put everything together, and I'll come back the second time with a plan and an action plan. And I'll come a third time. And after the third meeting, I'll know whether or not this person will actually really want to become a client. If not, I'll shake his hand or her hand. I enjoyed it. There's never been a time that I didn't gain a client where they were upset with me, because I won't do that, because they might see somebody that's a client of mine say, you don't want to deal with Bob, he's a mean guy. I don't want that. I want to leave my client or possible client, that if they don't do business with me, someday they might. And I feel I did what I can, and they may not listen, but that's up to them.
Okay, we have so much more to talk about. We've got to dive back into the book. I've got a ton of questions for you. So coming up on Right on the Money, more with Bob. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You also can start a conversation by using the hashtag ROTM. And don't forget, you can also watch full episodes at rightonthemoneyshow.com. We'll be right back after this.